Yo, what's up? Welcome to another cooking with Buklod, another cooking video. So today, we've decided that we're gonna teach you how to cook sinigang. So there's gonna be many variations of this. There's no one recipe throughout the whole Philippines. It's always gonna be different from different places, regions of the area. So just bear that in mind. But what I'm gonna be doing today is the sinigang na baboy, which is like sinigang but with pork. Okay, so first things first, what do we need? Usually sinigang, you just need three main ingredients. Well, four. Need onion, tomatoes, the meat of your choice. For today, I'm using just like pork belly slices and some pork bones because you want that bones. You want those bones. In the Philippines, we call that flavor. And Knorr Sinigang sa Sampalok mix, original. Now, you can get this in your local Asian store, Filipino store, whatever, Korean store, anywhere that sells imported Asian goods. Now, first things first, what do we need to do? Well, what I usually like to do is put all the meat in a pot. Okay, so we'll do that. Okay, so these are the bones. It's a bit frozen. They're really frozen actually, but who cares? It's gonna be in underwater boiling it. So I'll just put it there. And then for the slices, I like to cut it not too small and not too big. So probably around like, let's see, I'll cut it first. And I did wash my hands beforehand, so just to let you know, Corona ain't getting me today. Alright. Can see that shit? Okay, around that size. Should be good. So it's like not too big, not too small. And the thing about sinigang, I know it's winter here now in New Zealand, but in the Philippines, there's no winter. So you just eat this whenever you want. Now you might be thinking, oh, that's a lot of meat just for one person. Not really, because there are four other people that lives in this house, and they're all Filipino. So you already know this is only good for today. Okay, nearly done. Bing, bam, boom. Okay, so that's the meat done. I'll go wash my hands in this chopping board, and then I'll be back to continue. Haro. Okay, we're back. Now for the vegetables. Tomatoes, what I usually like to do, just cut them in quarters. Like this. Quarter there, quarter there. And I did wash this tomato beforehand. Okay. So cut that in quarters. Another one. Cool. And it's the same for the onion. Doesn't matter like how big it is, how small it is. I always just cut it in quarters. First, you need to peel it first. Bang, bang. Okay. So, as for the water, this one pack of this can make up to 2 liters. So, because this is sour, if you don't know, okay? So this is a sour mix. So one pack equals 2 liters of water. So if you want it less sour, add more. If you want really sour, you add less or you double it up. Okay? I like it sour, so probably double it up. And this is a lot of meat. So at this point, what I usually do is I'll let it boil up, put some water in there, let it boil, get all that like scum to float up, skim it off, because I want it to have like a clear kind of soup. Because if you don't skim it off, you're gonna have very cloudy broth. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. So I'll fill that up. You can't see it right now because the angle's a bit different, but yeah, see that? There's water in there. Anyways, I'm gonna let that run for maybe 15 to 30 minutes just to get all that scum up, and then go from there. So I'll see you guys when I skim it off so I can show you guys how to do it. Okay, so right now I'm just letting it boil on the stove top, and then yeah, so at the moment the water is just above the pork, or maybe a bit more, so I can have some room when I skim it. But you can always add more water, so if it looks like there's gonna be less, or like it's drying up, you can always add more. It doesn't matter. You just want to get rid of all that blood and then all that scum, like extra fat that you don't really want, or else it's gonna make the final broth, the end product, gonna be all cloudy. And then, you know, when you eat soup and it's got those black things or like gray things that looks like floating around and you don't know what it is, it's probably that. It's like dried blood and stuff. So just let it boil. And as for the vegetables, I don't like radish, but you can put radish in there. That's why I didn't put it, because I didn't like it, but that's just me. People like it. Just remember, like, that depending on how thick you cut the radish, it's gonna determine how long it cooks. So keep that in mind. And you can also add okra, or in English okra. What they do have here sometimes is spinach. You can add spinach, but if you have or know how to get kangkong, I don't know what's the English word for kangkong. Yeah, actually I don't really know, but I just call it kangkong. It's what you usually put in sinigang. If you don't, spinach is fine. And that's pretty much it. You just wait. Eat! What? Alright, I'll see you guys later when I skim off the stuff so I can show you guys. Alright, so we're back. So now you can see there's like some brown stuff that's floating up here. You just want to take that off. Alright, so you just want to skim that. What the hell? Oh yeah, we gotta watch out for like the tomatoes and stuff. There's some tomatoes on the way. Tomatoes, onions are gonna be floating as well. See, this is why I said I don't like, it doesn't matter how like cutting the tomatoes, because they all get crushed because they get really soft. So it doesn't really matter how much or like how big, I guess. Just continue to skim that. So you're probably gonna skim that for the next 15-20 minutes, or until you get lazy. Like, I usually don't put the mix, so I don't put any of this in until after I do this, just so I know, just to be sure that it's all good to go. But it doesn't matter, you can always put it in however you want. You're in control. Okay, so we are back again. So at this point, I've been cooking this for like nearly an hour now, so this should be good. And you can always keep it cooking later on. So that's all the scum that I've like taken off. So like the water's like clearly reduced, and there's still some, but I'm too lazy right now to take it all off, because you don't have to. Okay, this is just my personal preference. So at this point, we can start putting this in. We get a scissor. Now before I showed that I have 2 packs, and that is because I don't know, I didn't measure the water, so I think it's 2 liters, or yeah, I think this is it's around 2 liters. So just add that, and it's gonna turn like brown. That is normal. It's supposed to look brown. Get all that good stuff in, then just mix it. Then once you put it, if you let it keep boiling well, you're supposed to keep it boiling and stuff, you're gonna see that it's gonna start like frothing up at the top, so it looks like there's some scum on the top again. It's not, it's just like the whole powder thing, like like you make instant coffee and then there's that like frothy stuff on the top. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just because of the powder. It's not blood or anything. It's not from the pork. It's just from the powder itself. So, oh yeah. As for the vegetables, I don't usually I put it at the very last minute. So like once everything is, if I know it's really cooked, I'll turn the heat off and then add the vegetables. Because the vegetables you don't need to cook. Well, by vegetables I mean either spinach or the kangkong. You don't need that much like time to cook it. So, and then the residual heat from the sinigang will cook it by itself. So yeah, again, I know I'm not following the instructions of this like 2 liters to 1. That's why I have 2, just in case I mess it up. You can always taste it. Like if it's too sour, add more water. If it's not sour enough, add more of that stuff. It's all good. I almost forgot. Usually, you cook this with a chili, a long one. Like we call it siling pang sigang. So it's like a special, well, not a special, but it's like a type of chili that we use for sinigang, and it's not that spicy, but it has like a lot of taste. So I'll have a look if I have some. I don't have any, so we're gonna improvise. We can use some of this stuff. Just some green chilies, maybe 1 or 2. I'll do 2, just because it looks small, so it doesn't look like it's spicy, but it could be spicy. I don't think it is, so I'll just add 2, just to be safe. Oh yeah, I forgot. Supposed to add this. I'm probably gonna add more water later on, since I put 2 packets, and I think I've only put like maybe 3 liters of water, maybe even less. So I'll have a see, because I really like it super sour, because that's what you want. You want sourness. If you're gonna eat sinigang, you might as well go sour. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you're cooking this for the first time and you're not at your own house, or like you share it with other people that haven't tried this yet, you might want to open a window or turn on this thing, the exhaust, the thing that, I don't know, like sucks up the stuff. Okay? Oh shit. It's because while you're boiling the pork, it's gonna smell like pork. Like intense, depending on how long you cook it, right? So that's gonna keep smelling. So just a heads up if you are cooking this for the first time. At this point, oh yeah, I haven't tasted it yet. Ooh. Actually, I might not even add more water. That's good for me. But I will try on the sliced pork just to make sure it is Gucci. Okay. So if you scoop it out, there's gonna be no color to the pork, okay? It's gonna look like that. Like gray and boiled. That's all good. You're just trying to see. Oh, okay. So I can cut it pretty easy with the spoon. Bam, 2 pieces. Hot. It's cooked. It's cooked, so at this point you can stop. Maybe like an hour max. No, actually an hour minimum. My recommendation is an hour minimum of cooking, because you want that, like the pork fat, to be really soft, because you don't want rubbery pork. So, but if you're just cooking the bones, that's all good. Like pretty much done. As soon as it's like you've skimmed off the top, you've added that seasoning powder, and then you just chilling. You're pretty much done after that. But if you're doing like something like fatty or with like skin, what do you call this? Then you do it a bit longer. So at this point, I will be adding. Oh no, Haru! Bam! I'll be adding the spinach. I'm pretty sure this is spinach, right? Yeah, spinach in. So just bam, bam. So that's it. That's sinigang. What else? You eat it with rice. You can't eat this by itself. I don't know why you would do it. You can try, but why? And usually we serve this with like fish sauce. If you don't know what that is, this one or whatever fish sauce you can find. We call it patis. And you know that chili there. Usually what I do is grab like a small plate like this thing. Okay, I can't find a small plate, but like a bowl, dipping bowl or whatever. Add some fish sauce. Grab that chili, put that in, crush that stuff, and then you eat with that. You know, pour it over, or use your spoon to do this like technique thing, like that to your rice bowl, rice plate, or whatever. You do that, and it's gonna be good. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching how to make sinigang. Hope you do try it, and if you have any suggestions for us, the execs of Buklod, to try, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all social media, OnlyFans, whatever. And yeah, sweet. We'll see you guys in trimester 2. Peace.